Today, from FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, it's Week 8 of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Carson Wentz and the Washington football team taking on Josh Allen and the Detroit Lions.
Well, this building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the Washington football team. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the first Wyoming quarterback to go in the first round, standing 6'5". It's Josh Allen.
There's a lot of good to watch in the game last week, wasn't there? I mean, he did throw 2 touchdown passes. That was impressive. And he's so close, isn't he? The 3 interceptions killed him and his team. That was costly. But if he just cleans that up a little bit, there's a reason for optimism with this team and this passer.
Play action. Now it's Allen. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Chase Young in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
First carry for DeAndre Swift. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole, 3rd and long.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. So out comes the Washington offense as they get their first shot. Leading the charge under center will be their 6'5" quarterback, Carson Wentz.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, accentuate the positive. That's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47.
He's checking credit. Tight dog.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. Wide open receiver complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. 59 mark, 59 mark. Set. Two did it. Rip right. Hey, watch
On second down now, it's Gibson. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. So first possession, 4th and short. Field goal's no gimme from here. You think about going for it?
I'm not just thinking about it. I'm signaling, go for it. Let's get this, all right? Yeah, look, you're right. You know, the field goal's there, but it's not a chip shot. My big thing is opening drive. You're trying to establish momentum. Let's not stall it ourselves. Let's go get this first down and then continue on downfield and try and get a touchdown.
Like your confidence.
Yeah, why not? Let's go.
So they'll say no to the 50-yard field goal try. Instead, the offense out there, they're going for it. They'll try and run for it. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. The defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. I like that call. I'm assuming you're with me.
I am. I'm totally with you. And to me, they saw something that they liked there. Because, let's face it, it's going to be a mass of bodies. But it feels like the head coach has said, my best runner over my best block.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Terry McLaurin, his 4th touchdown on the year. And Washington has taken a first quarter lead. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Taken about 7 yards deep, and no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The numbers for him from a week ago, 15 carries, 70 yards.
And they love what they've got in him. He's the number 4 rusher in the league right now, so you know that you have to account for him on defense, which means you can play complementary football as well. Throw the play action, get it out to the wide receivers, because they should have some open space, because the defense will key on them.
Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Hunter Renfrow is the man he was looking for. But now it'll be 3rd down. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
And 6 yards to go.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. So the shotgun snap to Allen. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Here's Allen. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Montez Sweat just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Allen, and he's going to go down again. Chase Young has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Throwing now is Allen. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice, and it all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From the 22, Wentz got his man complete over the middle. It's Tucker, and they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
On first down, Gibson. And a good burst there, gets him 7 up to midfield. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Marlon Mack, his first carry of the game. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards there and a first down. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 37-yard line.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Washington 7, Lions nothing.
Play action. Now Wentz. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. He got 29 yards that time.
Tell the truth, partner. You didn't think he was coming down with that one, did you? Come on, tell me the truth.
No, I didn't. I'll tell you what, though. A one-handed grab of that length. Talk about giving your team a little juice.
Oh, big time. I mean, everyone's going to be excited about that one, whether you're on the field or not. It permeates its way through the entire team, and I can't wait to see what they do on the next down.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And Washington going to add on to their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. And his kick is good. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. From the 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The quarterback, Josh Allen, the focus of our players' spotlight. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And his throw is incomplete. Hunter Renfrow is the man he was looking for. And it's 3rd down.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
It's a jet sweep. This is Renfrow. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
First down, and they go with Swift again. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that, but if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
He'll get this one complete to Davis. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks.
Lions.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down in those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Well, they'll try the jet sweep here. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. 13 yards there and a Washington first. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter. Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now they'll throw it. Wentz over the middle, complete. That's Tucker. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Another shot now for this Lions offense. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity. A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Allen. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 12 yards there and a first down. He'll get this one to Galladay. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. 2nd and 2. Allen to throw once more. They will find Davis. That's complete. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
The open man here, Renfro. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Hunter Renfro is the man he was looking for.
And that'll bring up 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Allen. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. The penalty is a result of that hit there.
So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Now Allen again. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
Hunter Renfro is the man he was looking for.
That'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Strong coverage by Washington, and now 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today.
A 28-yard attempt.
Fairbairn able to put this one through, and that'll get the deficit down to 15. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the 2nd half.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. 9 seconds to play, likely the final snap of the first half as it's 1st and 10. Here's Wentz to throw. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In our game, it's been Carson Wentz with a strong first half. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front. As we hand things back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway.
That'll be taken about a yard deep, and no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback.
So here's Washington now to take over.
They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Wentz. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Now a play fake. Wentz slings this deep from McLaurin. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. Well, pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10.
That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They go back to the ground, this time Swift. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now Allen. He's got the connection left side to Brown. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Allen, throw left side, taken in by Renfro. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now a give, right side. Callaway. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
Renfro bringing it in over the middle. And they will rally and stop him short of the 1st down. They get him to the ground at the 26. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Well, don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the 4th down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot if that's what they want to do.
They'll try it now with Swift. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the 1st. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The Lions turned away on 4th down.
And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created the push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on 4th down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Gibson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Now we've got whistles here before the snap, and I believe this is going to be on Washington.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
On play action, it's Wentz. He's got his tight end complete. It's Green. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. So they get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. So they go pass on 3rd and 2. They complete it, but no gain. Should they have tried to run it?
I thought that running the ball in that situation is what they would have done because at worst case scenario, you may bring up a 4th down decision for your team. Instead now, they're not close to the 1st down.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 24.
So here come the Lions now. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
Throwing on first down is Allen. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They run out of the gun with Swift. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
He's out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
In the 3rd quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming. Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. To throw again on 2nd down. Allen. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Now at 3rd and 2, they're going to elect to throw with Allen. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit. Again, they'll throw with Allen. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Allen. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Now we get another look at Washington on offense. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. So after the INT, here's Wentz. He's got his tight end complete. It's Green. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
On first down, Gibson. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
56, come on, boys, 56. Check 56. Let's go.
Wentz now on first down. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They had 2 straight first downs, now a gain of 9 to set up 2nd and 1.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Wentz. This is caught at the 20. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. Well, that's how you convert on 3rd down with an explosive gain of 34.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Carson Wentz with touchdown pass number 4 on the afternoon.
And Washington is able to stretch their lead.
They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time that maybe they're seeking some...
Joey Sly lining up for the point after.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead opens up now to 22 points.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down. Allen going to throw. He's got the 1st down and more past midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Allen again. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Allen to throw once more. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kenny Galladay. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. And that is the definition of yards after catch. They go short on the pass, and the receiver does the rest.
Seems so harmless, doesn't it? To throw it underneath, a short pass like that. But, boy, it gets dangerous in the hands of the right receiver as he makes a move and takes it the distance.
And he will get into the end zone to shave 2 more points off the deficit. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of it. Anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Carson Wentz.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
On second down, it's Gibson, and he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Slings this deep from the clip. This is caught inside the 15. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. That is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Antonio Gibson, his 9th touchdown of the season. And Washington going to add on to their lead.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's capped off by a 13-yard touchdown run.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
And Detroit getting set to go now.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Allen now on first down.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down.
Credit the sack to Vita Vea. Another try after the first down sack. Allen.
DeAndre Swift, the intended receiver that time.
And it's third down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on third down.
It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th.
And now a big play to start off this drive as the shot downfield is complete. Give him 30 yards there.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Tucker. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Right back to him for 10 more and a first. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
So it's Washington getting the victory here.
And when you break it down, you know, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting. But obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You know, you just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, let's enjoy watching our team play this well. This is fun.
So for Washington, the win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the season. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.